All right, people, don't mind the kids hollering in the background, just the life of a parent. um, so today we're going to be going over Spartan stuff, training, stuff to bring, shoes, the course map. If you go onto their website, they're supposed to have the course map with all the obstacles on there now. Tried going on there. It seems like they're still having some problems with it. You can kind of see it, but when you click on it, it just brings you back to this right here, which doesn't have the obstacles on it. But either way, I'm not going over all the obstacles anyway, so it doesn't really matter for this video. But this is the Concord 2026 Spartan Race, and on this map you have the kids race, the 5K, and the 10K. So 5K is in red, 10K is in blue, and you see a little bit of overlap right here. So if we zoom in now, just to kind of look at this in general. All right, so down here is the parking lot. And then over here, this little hashed out area is the event zone. I see they have the finish line going through the front of the event zone. So I'm assuming somewhere right here, you have the big A-frame cargo net that you probably, as you come into the event, I imagine you're walking underneath. So I assume that's what they're doing right here. As far as when you get there, you want to show up at least an hour before your start time. I don't think they'll let you in before an hour. At least last time I was there, they were kind of making people wait about an hour. But hour and a half, just get here, find some parking, hang out, put some sunblock on, get ready for the event, have your license and your ticket and all that kind of stuff ready to go. All right, so I'm just going to talk some general information about the course. Obviously, there's going to be obstacles all throughout this. But so let's go over the course, the 5K and the 10K. So here we are starting right here at this icon. It looks like the first mile, this time they're doing reverse. Typically you're going this way. The last two that I did here in Concord, you go this way past this house and go around. So instead they're taking you the reverse route in the first mile, going through these woods and then up through the field and back through the woods. This area here in the woods is typically very, very muddy. Roots everywhere, a little stream going through it. So it's nice that they're putting you in that immediately, straight into the mud. It's definitely a nasty part of the course. And then as you come up here past the cow pasture, this is typically very muddy as well. There's usually a couple of big puddles or little ponds right here of just mud. So anyway, you get through all this muddy mess, you're gonna come back around through the woods. The woods right here is not too bad. It's a little bit hilly, but honestly not that bad. Coming up through the front of the house here, just a hill, but it's not anything bad. It's pretty stable ground right there. Anyway, then we come through the woods again, through another creek, come over here by the chicken coops. Typically around here is where I see like the Atlas carry, and then maybe bucket carry and maybe one monkey bar right in this area. And also let me go back somewhere right in this area, right in front of the event is usually where they have the Olympic ring hanging obstacle, usually right in this front area where everyone can kind of watch you. Sometimes I'll put the Spartan throw up here too, just kind of the more, I guess, iconic stuff for people to kind of see as they're walking into the event, can kind of watch you from there. But anyway, keep on going through. Up through mile 2 is usually where they have the bucket carry, and that is just a 5-gallon bucket full of gravel. So usually you carry it through this area right here. This is where the 5K and 10K split up. So we'll keep on the 10K route. I wanted to talk about this piece right here. This is going straight through the cow pasture, and typically the ground here is terrible. Where the cows have all been kind of walking through here in the soft dirt. There's just tons of little divots all throughout here. And I just remember in this whole little stretch, it just, beating up my ankles because it's so unlevel. It's not any elevation gain. It's just straight, it's just flat, but there's just divots everywhere. So it beats your feet up pretty bad. Anyway, then you start coming up past the next chicken coop. There's usually like the bender bar here. Go through the woods, come out the other side, all up through here. I can't really remember. Typically in the 10K, there's more of the monkey bar obstacles in there. But then you're going to go up, circle back through, go through a lot of woods, Again, it's just very hilly, lots of roots, stuff like that. So very unstable ground going through the woods. As you come back here, like halfway through mile 4 is typically where they have the Olympus wall, which I haven't done that in a few years, and that's the only one that I have not been able to go back to and get. It's one of the ones I failed early on when I was doing Spartan races, and I just haven't had a chance to get back to it. So I'm excited to try that one again and see if I can get through it. So yeah, anyway, as you come through here, going up towards the end of mile 4, there's a kind of a very steep hill coming up. Then again, as you come up on 5, you're going through woods. You come back out through the woods in this open field, and you catch back up where the 5K is. So as you're coming through here, this kind of midway through mile 5 is typically where they have like the crawling under barbed wire and then hopping over into the mud pits. I don't remember what they call it, but it's like 3 or 4 giant pits of water. So you're just sliding down the mud straight into water. So yeah, you're going to get completely soaking wet during this event. And then anyway, you come up through here and you get to the finish line. Typically in this area is where you do the bag carry, bring the bag all the way up. You also do the plate carry, dragging it through the dirt, stuff like that. And then of course towards the end you do the A-frame, cargo net, and then the iconic jumping over the fire pit. So anyway, that's kind of the course details for Concord, and just kind of a rundown of the conditions of the course. It's supposed to rain every day up until the event, so it's going to be extra muddy, but that's typical Spartan fashion. They like it that way. So anyway, that's the course. So excited. Hopefully they put the obstacles up pretty soon so we can see those. But that's just run down the course. All right, about to do our Spartan training, which is nothing too serious, just kind of an at-home way to get ready. But I guess the next big thing to talk about is shoes, and like what to carry with you on the course. Typically, all of my races I've done with an old pair of tennis shoes. Just whatever old pair I have, I keep on to, take them out there on the course. They generally get pretty messed up. So just keep that in mind. Whatever shoe you take is probably going to take a beating. I've always been able to bring them home and clean them up, get the mud off them and everything, but it's pretty rough on your shoes. So I would say really just any old pair of shoes will work fine. But if you have something with some grip on it, that's like a trail shoe, that's definitely a better thing to use. So this year will be the first year I've actually worn a better shoe, not just something that's wore out. So we're going to be doing the Topo Venture 4s, which the tread on these is not great. It's pretty minimum, but it's better than any other shoe I've ever taken. So one big thing is do not wear Gore-Tex. You want water to go into your shoe and then come right back out. There's no way of avoiding water. Your foot is going to be fully underwater. So if you're wearing a Gore-Tex shoe, it's going to fill up your shoe and it's going to get stuck in there. So wear something that will easily let the water in and easily let it back out, which this will be great for. Also, there is water out there on the course, and for the 5K and the 10K, I feel like the water they provide is good enough. I wouldn't worry too much about bringing too many items with you. Some people carry bags and stuff like that, but I don't know. For me, I carry one goo pack in my shorts, and that's good enough for the 5 or the 10K, in my opinion. All right, so this is just a little quick training session for Spartan Race. Did one person run on the treadmill while the other person did farmer carry, over to the bag drag, to the dead hang, drag bag back, hop on the treadmill, and then run while the other person completes their circuit. Did 3 rounds of those. Moved over to the driveway where we set up a little course for doing lunges down the grass, weighted lunges, then circling back around and coming up, doing thrusters, doing snatches, push-ups or jumping jacks at the end there, and then back in the lunges. We did 5 rounds of that. Anyway, just a little fun way to get some training in on the weekend, getting ready for the Spartan race next weekend. So anyway guys, that's just kind of an overview of the course map, the conditions of the course, a little bit of training right here, and then yeah, that's about it. We'll continue to work out a little bit during next week, get a couple rest days in, and then hit the Spartan race. Getting excited for it. All right, stay healthy, stay fit.